Hey pretty ladies, welcome into my channel. My name is Jackie Alves, and today I'm coming to you from my beautiful makeup studio in Arizona where I live. It's called the Beauty Bar for obvious reasons, and I'm looking forward to a contouring tutorial for you today. It's going to be in depth. There's going to be 3 parts, but you get to pick and choose which parts you like. 1, 2, or all 3 of these crazy things I'm going to show you. And I know you're all going to benefit from it. So stick around, hang out, and let's get ready to have some fun. So first of all, I'm going to take these crazy dudes off. So these are some fantastic under eye patches from a great brand that I picked up when I was over at Sephora, called Summer Fridays. That feels so good. All right, so these are absolutely amazing. I don't have a link or anything for you guys. I'm not like an influencer for that brand, but you can grab them at Sephora and maybe even on Amazon. I'm not sure. They're a little bit pricey, but I have found that they are worth it. Okay, so I prepped my skin because this level of contour, because you know, sometimes I make it really easy, just powder contour, just do it really light and bronzy. I want to do real makeup for real women and make it easy for everybody. But today it's going to be next level. Today we are going to get in and chop and slice and chisel and do all the things. So that's why I have all of this area exposed, all of this redness on my chest, is because we are really going to get in depth today. But like I said, you can take 1, 2, or all 3 levels I'm going to teach you today and use them for an everyday look or special occasion. So like I was saying, skin prep, I had to make sure I kept really lightweight with my skincare, but first I exfoliated really well. This is a Volcanic polishing mask. This is by Jafra Cosmetics, and I was able to leave it on for about 20 minutes. It exfoliates, it also softens the skin because it's got shea butter. And then a really lightweight moisturizer. This is also by Jafra, and this is the Royal Revitalize Longevity Balm. So it's a balm, it's not a cream, it's very lightweight. I know we love all the skincare and all the things, but when you're gonna do this level of makeup, consider that when you're doing your skincare. So take it just a little bit more lightweight, take it easy. Don't get all crazy with all your serums and stuff. Okay, so after I put on those 2 products, then instead of a primer, I actually used a very lightweight setting spray. This one has coconut water and aloe, and oh my God, I love it. Love, 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 love. Let's just make sure it's dry here. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing that instead of setting spray is, I think I said instead of setting spray, I really don't want to get an extra layer of a liquid or anything that's got a silicone base to it right now because the level of foundations I'm going to be using. So remember, I said 3 parts. I'm going to be starting with Serum Foundation, and this is very lightweight. This is not meant to be like super coverage or anything like that, but I'm going to take it easy first because we're going to do a triple stack. Now, like I said, you can do 1, 2, or all 3 of these contouring looks that I'm going to show you, contouring techniques, but I'm going to use them all 3 together, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to start first with the Jafra Beauty Advanced Serum Foundation. Now use whatever serum foundation you like. I know that Estee Lauder has a really good one as well. It's a little bit more pricey. It's upwards of like $70. This one by Jafra Beauty is on sale for $21 this month, I believe, or $22. So check that one out if you're interested in serum foundation, if you've been wanting to give it a whack. But like I said, Estee Lauder's is beautiful as well. And I know there's a lot of good brands out there. So I'm gonna just get the shade Natural because it matches my skin, and a big fluffy brush. When I get done with the serum foundation, I'm gonna go into cream. Yeah, I know. That's why I said make sure you exfoliate and lightweight moisturizer, because we're really gonna work all these products together and get a good long wear look. So this really is a next level tutorial, you guys, but I'm doing it in a way that mature skin can actually handle it. So all my girls that are over 50, don't be intimidated. And if you're like, there's no way I'm doing all that, it's okay. Pick your one favorite technique I'm gonna teach you out of these 3. So starting with the serum, just using it to kind of even this out a little bit. It's not going to totally cover it because it's just a serum foundation, which is meant to be lightweight and glowy and beautiful. But it doesn't necessarily give, you know, like full coverage. It doesn't hide all of the things. Great for mature skin though. All right, I'm gonna go on my eyelids. I don't normally put foundation under my eyes right here, but I'm gonna do it this time because this is serum foundation. It's so lightweight, you really can get away with it in such a different way than regular foundation, and especially different than cream. And you guys, I used to hate cream. I got so sick of hearing like, if you have mature skin, you have to wear cream. Like don't tell me what I have to do. All of my friends who have been watching me for any amount of time know that this is the channel of no rules. Like, look at me, look how I'm standing here. I could do what I want, right? And you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna help you find a couple of great techniques that you can try in the comfort of your own bathroom, bedroom, car, wherever you like to do your makeup. You guys, when I was living in Las Vegas, I was 17. I was a makeup artist at Glamour Shots for a long time. And I would do my makeup on the freeway. Don't tell my mom, she'll be really mad. I was very unsafe. But wherever you do your makeup, I am gonna give you some great tips and tricks. So I've got one beautiful layer of that serum foundation on. Look how pretty that is. Really nice and beautiful. Now I'm gonna go in with Cappuccino serum foundation. And always shake your serum foundations, you guys, because they will separate in the bottle. So you need to shake, Sonora. Shake your body line. That reminds me of not just the song, but I think they sang it in Beetlejuice too. Yeah. Oh, pardon my crunching. I have a breath mint in right now. Just in case you guys could smell my breath that far away, I want to keep you safe because I love you. All right, so I'm going to take this Cappuccino serum foundation, just a little bit. Now, remember, I'm going to show you how to contour these stinking jowls, right? Okay, now don't be like, Jackie, you don't have jowls. I have a little bit right here and it's enough, okay? But I'm not necessarily trying to show you what I need to do on my face all the time. I'm teaching you things that you can do on your face too. So if you've got some jowls working, friend, follow along. All right, up underneath my cheekbone, swooping it. Now this is just serum foundation. It doesn't dry real hard, so it gives you lots of time to work with it and get it where you like it. All right. Yeah. Looking good. Okay, I'm gonna just make sure I don't have too much on my brush. Now I'll just blend it in light, keeping it up underneath my cheekbone, blending it out around the jowls and underneath my jawbone because I want to shadow this, okay? Because I do have a little bit of a double chin. It's not bad, but it's enough that it drives me crazy, you guys. It just, you know how we all have the things, and I know a lot of my friends are like, Jackie, you don't have double chin or whatever, but I feel like I do, and it bothers me. Okay, but maybe mine isn't as bad as yours. I still want you to try these techniques, okay? So shadowing down the neck with a nice lightweight serum foundation is already gonna add dimension and brighten up the middle area of the face. All right, just blending this out. And I used a big fluffy brush. This is by Sigma Cosmetics. You can see that it's slanted, but super fluffy is really great with this serum foundation. Because it is so light, you don't want to use a dense brush and pull it everywhere. You just kind of want to fluff it in instead. Okay, so I like how that's got on, and I could easily leave this, do a lightweight powder over it, and then go on with the rest of my makeup. So this was a great lightweight contour technique. I showed you just 2 serum foundations, glow up around those perimeters, bring it down the neck. I don't normally show my shoulders. I do like to wear shirts that at least cover my shoulders. But if I just hit it a little bit with some foundation, maybe even a little glow powder right there. But you can see that's a great glow up and contour. Let's go into cream now. So I started with serum. Now I'm gonna go into some cream foundation. Now this is going to be next level. All right, I have a great cream foundation here. This one is really good and blendable. It's not real thick and stiff like some cream foundations can get, and that's why I always hated them. I just felt like it was so stiff on my face. This has got a nice smooth texture. This one is by Jafra Beauty. This is their cream foundation. A couple of other really great cream foundations. Of course, Lancome has their beautiful Absolute whipped cream foundation. And then if you've got your favorite cream that you buy that's drugstore brand, let me know in the comments so we can help our friends out if they'd like to know about those brands. And I also have heard some really great reports of the Jones Road What the Foundation. So check that one out too. It's not quite as thick as a cream, but I've heard it's got a beautiful like whipped consistency to it. So, all right, I'm gonna go in. I've got the shade Natural, right? Let me make sure I have the right shade. And this is the one that matches my skin. I'm gonna take a small paddle brush and just add it right in the center areas. And right here, sharpen up my jaw a little bit here and here. Now I'm taking it easy. You can add more if you want, but I am always real careful of how this is gonna make my skin look. And still, I'm not putting any underneath my eyes. I'm gonna go back with concealer. Okay, I'm gonna grab a bigger brush. This one is a foundation brush as well, and it's just more dense. You can see it's the slant, really tight foundation brush. And now I'm just blending it in those areas like a triangle here and across my nose, on my eyelids, and a half moon shape right here on my forehead. I'll go right on my upper lip just a little bit. Now this doesn't have a bunch of product on it because I've already put the product on my face. I'm not covering up those darker areas I did with that Serum Foundation, just enhancing it a little bit. Now I want to go back with a deeper cream, and this one is also Cappuccino. So I'm using the same shades, different formula. I'm gonna go back and get that same flat paddle brush I was using. And I'm gonna follow that same pattern I used with the Serum Foundation. And I'm just going light. You can do the stripes if you want, but I really prefer to take it easy. Darker toward the hairline, and see how I'm fading toward the nose. I'm gonna do the same right here and here. I have a pretty large forehead, so I want to bring it down and then leave that half moon right here. Now, a little bit here on the jowls, darkening them, because if we contour them and we put the darker shade there, that will push them away from the attention. So almost like little half moons right here. Let me get just a little bit more here. Now, I don't want it to be like two brown polka dots right here. I'm gonna have it blend, okay? And then right here underneath, right at the jawbone. Don't get it on your chin. Like, you don't wanna have a beard, okay? That's not the goal here. It's not that kind of makeup look today. And now bringing it down this way, and this way will help elongate the neck. Now, I don't know if it's elongate or elongate, but I know my fabulous editor is going to let us know. All right, so I've got this up underneath my jaw here. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper because we're on camera right now. And I definitely wanna bring that in and get it nice and deep. Now, also something you may see the super in-depth contour masters do is a little bit of this. I don't necessarily do this because I don't show cleavage. That's just not my jam. But if you do and you like to, this can enhance it a little bit, okay? So I'm gonna go back with that dense brush and now begin to blend this out. And because this is such a good moist cream formula, you can get away with it with mature skin. Now, the reason why I chose natural in the lighter shade is because it matches my skin really well. And then I chose cappuccino because it's a more neutral brown. But you can choose according to your skin shade. Now, those 3 stripes for elongating my neck. And now I'll just buff this out a little bit so it's not quite so obvious. And see why that skin prep was so important. Okay, let's go up here on the forehead. Getting it blended really well with this really dense brush. All right, I really, really like this. I'm gonna take a little bit of the lighter cream, that one in the shade Natural, with just a different brush because now I've got that brown, the cappuccino foundation on the other brush, and I want to use this lighter one to bring it up just a little higher. I did come down just a little too far here. So I'm going to bring it back up. All right. Now let me grab my flat paddle brush that still has some of that deep contour and just bring that up a little bit. See how you don't have to be afraid to try it, because even if you don't get it right, you can just blend it around. Mistakes are okay, and they're usually part of the game, you guys. It's okay. I mean, it's my face. I've been doing makeup for a very long time, and I still brought my contour down too far. So I'm just bringing it up a little bit. And with that cream on serum, it's so beautifully moist, you guys. My skin looks very healthy right now. I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and blend out this wacky thing here. Now, trust me, this isn't going to show because I'm not gonna be wearing a low cut shirt, but if it was, I would definitely cancel some of this out using my cream foundation and just go in a little bit heavier just to cover it up. So I could just continue to go in like this if I was wearing a low cut shirt and really blend it out and make it look nice. And I'm betting most of you don't suffer too bad with this red chest like I do, so you're gonna be fine. All right, so now I've got that finished. Let's go in and do a little bit of cream blush. Let me grab my blush and I'll be right back. All right, now I'm gonna do some concealer, but I am going to keep it very lightweight. Just most of it right on the inner corner. I think I will go ahead and put a little bit on my eyelids. It's gonna really help brighten up my eyelid, and also it helps the eyeshadow stay longer as well. So just a nice fluffy concealer brush will brighten this area. Now this is just a liquid concealer, really comparable to e.l.f. liquid concealer or Tarte Shape Tape. Those are both really great brands of concealer. This liquid is the one I carry here at the beauty bar. So it's my own brand, but you can absolutely pick up an e.l.f. or a Tarte or whatever brand you like. There's a lot of liquid concealers to choose from. All right, and if you prefer a cream concealer, you can use that at this point. I like the liquid being much more thin in consistency for me. All right, now you can see how great that looks. If you felt like you needed a little bit lighter and brighter, you could use your concealer to brighten up a little bit more here and here, just to strengthen up the jawbone and brighten up the forehead. And I just put a little tiny bit just for brightening. All right, trying to avoid, you know, where I have contoured the jowls a little bit. I don't want to brighten it back up. Make sure I get the cracks of my nose and right along the bridge of my nose. All right, it's looking really good. Let's go ahead and go into some cream blush. This is a really great next level contour, you guys. I really like it. Definitely for, you know, special occasion, night out. For every day, I would for sure choose one or the other of these three techniques. So let's go into the blush. I have this beautiful cream blush. You guys check out that shade. It's so pretty. This one is by Jafra Cosmetics as well. It's the Jafra Beauty Cream Blush. And I'm just gonna use my 2 fingers real quick. This shade is called Merlot-ish. And I stinking love it. It's such a great shade. Now I'm gonna go back in and grab my foundation brush for blending. You could use a separate brush if you wanted, but I know that this one has most of the product gone out of it. And I'll go ahead and just put a tiny bit on the tip of my nose, just to bring through some of that color. And darker on the outside and fade toward the nose. I just can't get over how pretty and subtle this blush is. And you know what, you guys, it's really velvety. It's got such a great texture to it. Really simple to apply as well. So if you've been in the market for a cream blush, check this one out. The link will be in the description, so you can just grab it right directly from me. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that fluffy concealer brush I used just to make sure everything is really well blended and I didn't bring my blush too far down. I just have a bad habit of that, so. Wow, this looks so pretty. And my skin looks really healthy too. I don't look cakey at all. Now, next level, remember, I told you we're gonna do 3 levels. We're really gonna knock this out of the park. So I am now gonna grab my powder contour palette. This is the Beauty Bar palette. This is a full face palette that I use quite a bit. This flashy thing that'll just turns it into a discotheque in here. But it's a great palette. Now it's just basic powder. It's got a couple of blushes and it's got contour different shades in here. Easy peasy to pick one of these up, whatever your favorite powder contour is. But I am first gonna go in with a photo set powder, a translucent powder, you guys. So you can see it's translucent, and I'm just gonna take the fattest fluffy powder brush. This is by Daily Queen. I love this brand of brushes as well. And really light, because we're getting ready to go to powder contour. Now I wanna prep all of this serum and cream and get it ready to receive the powder products on top so that it just won't just stick there, okay? Now, if you like a lighter level of foundation, of contour, all of that, just adjust the shades, okay? I've gone pretty deep because I really wanna have this beautiful tan, kind of bronzy look, but just adjust your shades if you want to be lighter or brighter. And deepen it if you wanna have more of a tan than me, or if you have a deeper skin tone. Okay, so you could see how I was just taking a little bit of that and just pop it right in there. But don't go like this and start moving all your beautiful contour around. All right, got it set here on my chest and neck. Looking good. Now, like I said, I'm gonna be covering my shoulders, so I'm not worried about how light and bright they are. I could easily put a little glow cream on there. But now I'm gonna go to a big fat fan brush. This is also by Daily Queen. And you could just use a slant contour brush if you prefer for this step. Now remember, you can do all 3 of these steps, or you can just do this one. You can have totally just forego the serum and the cream and go straight to the powder if you prefer. Super easy peasy. But I'm gonna stack it on top of my serum and cream. So I'm grabbing that lightest neutral contour and I'm gonna pop it right under here. Now this is a technique that we use here at the Beauty Bar, stacking this contour, cream and powder if we need it to last all day. For example, if you were gonna be doing makeup for the Miss America pageant or something on stage or a really glamorous wedding, and you're gonna need this makeup to be intense and really last, stacking it is a great idea. So you can see it's even bringing it deeper than it was before. And I'm just using this brush, how long and like this big long fan it is, I'm using it to my advantage, just right underneath the cheekbone and fade toward the nose. I'll do the same across the forehead, but still leaving that bright half moon right in the middle. Now underneath my jawline and on those jowls, just barely swiping it there. Underneath here, really trying to chisel out my jawline. Okay, now I can go this way and this way and this way. Now you don't want 3 obvious stripes, of course. You just want to create that dimension. Okay, now I'm gonna go with the deeper shade of contour. Deepen it just a little more. I always start with my lighter shade and then I can build up. Ooh la la. Now I'm gonna take that lighter shade and just do the sides of my nose real gently. Now if you have a crooked nose or maybe you've got some weird lines, I even have a scar on the bridge of my nose from when I had to have cancer removed from the tip of my nose. So I'm real careful about the bridge, but I can still just go on the sides a little bit to kind of contour it and skinny up my nose a little bit. Now if you have a super skinny nose, maybe you don't wanna do that part. All right, I'm loving the way this looks. Now I'm gonna hop right on top of that contour with some blush now. I'm gonna use the pink shade to bring that blush back to life. So we're even double stacking the blush. And you can use whatever shade of blush you like with this. If you like something more peach or more plum, totally up to you. Holy crackers, I love this. I love, love, love it. It's so pretty. I've got so much going on here, you guys, but it's definitely worth it in the long run for all of this to really last. Now I could go from this point onto my eyeshadow and do my lashes and lips and all of that, but I really want you to just check this out, this level of contour. All right, I'll be right back. All right, friends, let's talk quickly about eyeshadow. Now I've got this beautiful palette from Sigma Beauty. This is a really great all neutrals palette. I'm gonna go in first with the lightest shade here, and I'm just gonna put it on my entire eyelid. Now, remember what we just learned about contour. We're gonna implement that for our eyeshadow as well. So I'm highlighting my entire eyelid from lashes to brows and side to side with this giant eyeshadow brush by Real Techniques. And I believe this might even be like a detailed highlighter brush or something, but I like it for eyeshadow because it's huge, and I just go on the whole eyelid. Now I'm gonna go back in with this, the middle shade here, and it's a really beautiful kind of neutral brown right here in the middle. And I'm going to put it in the crease of my eye in order to contour my eyes. Same concept. See how we contoured under here and under here to create deeper dimension? I'm doing the same in these hooded eyelids of mine. And look, I'm doing it with the fat brush. You can get a smaller brush if you feel like this is gonna be too big for you, but I'm just keeping it really blended and really nice and soft. All right, darker on the outside and fade toward the nose, just like we did with contour and blush. Okay, I'm gonna grab my smaller eyeshadow brush and do this much deeper shade here. So we'll go in much deeper. Let me come closer to you. And bringing it into the crease to deepen even further, just like we did with contour. Those 3 levels you can still do with eyes. And bringing it up to create that dimension so that it doesn't look so hooded. All right, I'm gonna do the other side and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and I'm adding a little bit of this lighter shimmer here to the inner corner because that's really going to highlight the inner area of my eye, and I'll go back to the deeper shade and just make sure it's blended out nice so you can't see where one ends and one begins. Now I'll take that very deep brown again and put it right underneath. Let me come closer. Darker on the outside again, fade toward the nose. Catching a theme here, right? Okay. Now very careful not to get it in the concealer under my eyes. I very rarely do concealer that early in the game, but I needed it for brightening. So now I'll go back to that concealer brush and just make sure I don't have any sprinkles, and also slice up my eyeshadow, just to make sure it's nice and even. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and darken my brows and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I'm back. I darkened up my brows and I did just a little bit of black liner on the outer corner and just skinning it up as it went across, made it disappear so it's not covering up that light, bright eyeshadow I have in the middle, because that's part of my highlight technique for my eyeshadow. Now I'll do just a little bit of mascara. I'm gonna use a false lash today. So I just need a really basic lightweight layer of mascara. So just a good like smudge proof mascara is all I need for right now. I am feeling so much better already just getting my makeup on. You guys know how that always will make you feel better. When you look better on the outside, sometimes it just makes you feel better. But I was a little out of it this morning because I had gone to get blood work done. So they did a blood draw this morning, and of course I had to fast, so no coffee, right? So I go over there, I'm totally out of it. And Mr. Alves had already driven me nuts this morning. So he just sometimes likes to announce a lot of things before I leave the house. He wants to tell me this is this and that is that. And I was like, oh my God, I've had no coffee. What's going on right now? So I go over and I'm getting ready for the blood draw. I'm already a little annoyed and I've had no coffee. I'm half asleep and the girl just pokes me to death. My poor arm, it's not looking very good. But she poked me like 3 times to try to do my blood draw and I was already feeling a little frustrated. So I tried my best not to act grouchy and old and crotchety, right? But man, I was not a happy clam coming out of there. So I had to go get my coffee after that and just sit in my car and just ask God to please help me with my attitude and forgive me for feeling like such a troll this morning. But I gotta tell you, getting all this on and sitting here hanging out with you guys, spending some time with you, I am looking and feeling better. And of course, after getting poked in the arm several times, I feel better now. And you know, some caffeine helped too. All right. Just a little bit of mascara here, looking good. I'm gonna slap on some false lashes. Now I have my Red Aspen lashes, you guys. I told you I just recently partnered with Red Aspen because so many of you were asking for me to bring lashes that I could share a link with and you could actually get them directly from me. So these were the Chesca lashes I used last time and they're very glamorous. Now they're reusable, they're very high quality lashes. So I'm using them again so I don't have to trim them. I can just slap them back on, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna slap these suckers on if I don't drop them. Jeez Louise. And this is really gonna complete this eye look really well. So let me get these suckers slapped on and I'll be right back. All right, I've got my second Chesca Lash here. That's the name of the lash style by Red Aspen. And I've got my glue on it. There's a really great adhesive that you can get from Red Aspen as well. You can get that from me. And like I shared last time, these are really high quality lashes, so you can use them several times, and they do just apply much differently. The band is a little more high quality, actually a lot more high quality. They're not like the ones, I'm always using a lot of those little half lashes from Amazon, and I love those. I love them for a half lash. But when you get a little bit higher quality lash, the band just applies much easier. Like it's already on and looks great. I'm just kind of in awe, actually. Let me make sure it's secure, yeah. Okay, so that looks pretty. So let's go in and take care of these lips. So also, you guys, when I came into the beauty bar this morning, I was listening to some music. And guess what came on? So I like to put on like 80s top hits or whatever. And one of my favorite jams came on this morning. It was, I love rock and roll. Put another dime in the jukebox, baby. But I was cracking up because a dime, a jukebox, like last jukebox I saw, I think it was $1.25 and you could tap with Apple Pay. I don't even know like the last time you could put a dime in anything, not even gumballs anymore, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go in and use a really beautiful berry lip liner. So I'm gonna go a little bit brighter with my lips than I normally do. So stick with me. Right in my Cupid's bow. Now, you guys, it was the original I Love Rock and Roll. It was not the remake with Britney Spears. So just be aware. It's such a good song though. Man, it just, like the guitar and when the beats drop in that one, it just makes you want to kind of get, I don't know, it makes you do like the ugly face, like, I don't know why when I feel like I'm rocking, got to do an ugly face. Do you guys ever do that? It's good stuff though. Now, because I used that Merlot-ish blush with a little bit of pink on top, I've got a cool kind of thing going on. Even though I'm super warm with the contour, I want to go with this berry lip liner. All right. It's super smooth. Covered my whole lips too. Now what I'm going to do is just go on top with a gloss. And this one has a little bit of gold in it. It's a nice berry kind of gloss, but you can see it's got some gold in it. So pretty cool shade, kind of brings everything together. I'm gonna go back in with my translucent powder one more time just to make sure nothing is creasing on me. All right, that's looking really good. Super pretty. All right, I am going to use some setting spray, but I already started with a very light setting spray, but now I'm going to use a very long wear setting spray. The Morphe Continuous Mist that I love. This is a good stay put setting spray. Why did I feel the need to talk right there? All right, back to business. I don't know, I feel really pretty. I just feel like this look is so pretty on me, and I hope that you guys find the one that you love the most too, because you know, it's gonna be different for all of us. We're all gonna love one of these techniques or all of them. We're all gonna have that one great look that makes us feel gorgeous. And I want you to really, really embrace that. You know, it's not about rules in makeup, and not on this channel, and it's not about what's trending, or you're a warm, or you're a cool, or you're a fall, or, you know, you don't have to be that way. Yes, there's certain things that look better on us than others, but wear what makes you feel beautiful. And honestly, this look makes me feel beautiful. And looking beautiful, you know, is partly just being yourself. You know, I was at the gym the other day with Mr. Alves, and he was laying in one of the massage beds, and I was across the way in another one, like those water massagers they have at the gym. And I was looking at him and I was thinking, he is so hot. Like, I love him so much. And then he took a picture of me and sent it to me. And I looked horrible because I was on my phone and my neck was like this, you know, and I was laying there. And it was like my worst angle ever. And I looked at him, he sent it to me, and he said, "You're so hot." And I looked across at him and I went, "Ew, stop that." And I got frustrated with him because he took that horrible photo of me. And then after we were done and we got out of the chairs, he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I said, "That's like a horrible picture. You got me at my worst angle." I said, "I look like Jabba the Hutt," because my neck was like, what? And he said, "You say Jabba the Hutt and I say beautiful." He said, "I took that picture of you because you looked beautiful. You were relaxing, you're happy, we're at the gym together, and to me, that's beautiful." And I was like, oh my God, he's right. It's not always about, you know, if I've got the right shade of lipstick, if I've got a double chin. It's, my husband thinks I'm beautiful at the times when I feel like Jabba the Hutt. What does that tell you? You know, we should try to keep stuff in perspective. And honestly, it's important to me if my husband thinks I'm beautiful, right? He wouldn't have thought I looked like Jabba the Hutt if I didn't tell him I did. He was there thinking I was looking good. All right, so I've got this crazy mop combed through. Man, my hair's staticky today. All right, let me hit it with some hairspray. I'm gonna grab the bullhorn. We're gonna get some volume here. Showing off that beautiful contour I got working. Now, this is why I wasn't too worried about my shoulders. Yes. All right, let's check this out. This jacket. This jacket is everything. What do you guys think? I stinking love this jacket so much. I've worn it so many times, but I couldn't resist bringing it back to show it off again because it's so amazing. What a great way to bring in some bling, right? All right, you guys, I am going to go fix up my hair just really quick and I'll be right back. And so I'm back and I felt like a power jacket needed some power hair. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you like this look and if you think you might give 1, 2, or all 3 of these contour techniques a try. I sure hope you try at least one of them. And I hope you know I love and appreciate you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and check out my members area where you can join for as little as $2.99 a month. That's a bargain. And I hope to see you guys over there in the members area. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you back here soon.